Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel IS Commando. So in this video we are going to see places in news for UPSC Prelims 2023. Alright, so places in news for UPSC Prelims 2023. Now see, if we see the places of news is in importance. Alright, so we have to prepare this topic in detail because so many questions are asked from this. So let's start. So now this is Nagorno-Karabakh region. So you all might be knowing that a constant fighting between Armenia and Azerbaijan was taking place because of this region. All right. So do remember Nagorno-Karabakh region. All right. Let's move on. And now see, Bakhmut is a place of importance. Why? Because in context of Russia-Ukraine war, there was intense fighting in Bakhmut and loss of life as well as human, as well as resources was a lot here. All right. So even to the extent that an international figure recently said that the condition of Bakhmut reminds him of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. All right. So you can see the amount of destruction that is happening here. So in that context, Bakhmut is important. So please do remember this place. Now let's move on. So now about Khartoum. All right. So what is special about Khartoum is uh, uh, there has been the country of Sudan is being divided into Sudan and South Sudan. All right, so South Sudan is a relatively new country. So because this area is ethnically very diverse, and there is always a conflict between ethnicities, and so on that basis, Sudan and South Sudan broke. Now, when Sudan and South Sudan broke, so this region has always been in news for the conflict. All right, so Khartoum, do remember that it is in Sudan. Now see, Baja, California is in news. Why Baja, California is in news? Because this Baja Peninsula or Baja, California, the importance of this is that this is a very tectonically active region. All right. So, because it is very tectonically active, there have been massive earthquakes that frequently happen in this region. So, in that context, this is always in news. Let's move on. Now, see, this Saravan is a place in Iran. So, this was in news because some Pakistani soldiers were killed here. All right, some Pakistani soldiers were killed here. So, a conflict between Iran and Pakistan where soldiers are killed does not happen very often. All right. So this was in news. Now see Sistan Balochistan province. So see the area of Sistan Balochistan. It is the area between Iran and Pakistan. All right. So it basically Sistan Balochistan province belongs to Iran. Now see the entire border between Iran and Pakistan is in this region. All right. So this Sistan Balochistan province is of the importance. Now, see, Kerman is also one of the province of the Iran, which occurs in news frequently. That is also in news. In El Salvador, there is a place named as Cuscatlan. Now, what happened in Cuscatlan was there was a stampede in a stadium. So, the condition in which the stampede happened was uh, you can say it was heart touching. All right, so 12 people were killed in a stadium. So this place was in news. Let's move on. So Jeddah is a very famous place in Saudi Arabia. It is a city in the Red Sea. All right, and because Jeddah, uh, one of the reason is that it is a gateway for pilgrimage to cities of Mecca and Medina, and also some of the important conferences are held here. All right, so Jeddah is in news, so do keep in mind. Now, see, what happened some times ago is that one of the Chinese spy balloon crossed into the US territory and it was seen directly over uh, the state of Montana. Now, Montana state is a special why because the ICBM silos are being kept here in Montana. So the Air Force Base, that is Maelstrom Air Force Base, that is there in Montana. So that base is very important. Why? Because ICBM silos are kept there, and China was trying to spy on the base. All right. So you can see the fragile security condition that we live in. Now, US shot down that balloon, and then what happened? That China was saying that we will retaliate. All right. So first China was saying that it is totally a force majeure. That means that it happened accidentally, and China had no intention of flying spy balloons over the US territory. But then the incident unfolded into a slightly uh, uh, diplomatic situation. All right. So Maelstrom Air Force Base, you can see it is in the Montana province of United States, and Montana borders Canada. Now see Waziristan. So North Waziristan is a district in the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area. So we know that here we have the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area, and North Waziristan is one of the district. This is important. Why? Because one, it is on the border of Afghanistan and Pakistan, and some of the deadly suicide attacks do happen in this region. All right. So this was in news. Now see this island, Lampedusa. So this island is not only in news now, but it has been in news for many years. Why? Because see these are so Lampedusa is an island that belongs to Italy. Now what happens is that whenever because this African region and also people that come along the Red Sea, all right, into the Mediterranean Sea from Afghanistan, Iran, Pakistan, Yemen, all right. So there are always migrants, those who enter Europe, and they cross it through this sea. Now, this sea, they cross it in an unsafe manner. All right. So in boats or in ships that are not very safe. All right. So always, what happens is that some of the boats collapse, the ships collapse, and the dead bodies are ashore washed ashore of this island. All right, Lampedusa. So do remember this island, Lampedusa. Um, Now see Malta. Malta is a separate country. All right. So this is not Malta. This is not Malta. There is an island in the Mediterranean Sea that is Malta, and it is an independent country. So do remember that it is in Mediterranean Sea. Now see central Equatoria. So central Equatoria, you can see it is a province in South Sudan. Now what is important about this province is that why this was in news was that some of the fight broke out, and some of the people were killed. And this central Equatoria and its capital is Juba. All right. So this because UPSC has been asking places in news, and Sudan has been on the one of the favorite list of the UPSC apart from Israel. All right. Now see Morelos. Morelos uh, um, is a part of Mexico. Now, why this was in news? Because the drug cartels which operate in this region are very dangerous, and so because of them, these places are in news. All right. Now you see this place is the Carinthia. All right. Carinthia is in the Austrian region. Now, why this place was in news was a very weird topic that this state has banned. This state allows breeding of only light colored honeybees. All right, and they do say that scientifically it has been proven that they are better for pollination. But then the newspaper said that it was a kind of you can say racism in bees. All right, so this place was in news. Carinthia, do remember, it is a province in Austria. All right, it is a province in Austria. You can see that it's a province in Austria. All right, let's move on. Now see Hama. So Hama is a city on the bank of Orontes River in Syria. All right. So now we will be seeing so many places from Turkey and Syria in news. Why? Because a very devastating earthquake we have seen in the month of the February in Turkey and Syria, and so the devastation was in news, and so these places were in news. All right. So Hama, do remember that it is in Syria and also was affected by the earthquake. Diyarbakir was is another city that belongs to Turkey. All right, and it is the largest Kurdish majority city in Turkey. So this place was in news. All right, let's move on. And but because of earthquake, now you see Jericho is a Palestinian city in West Bank. Now West Bank is a place is an area in Israel where actually Palestinians should live, but the population of Jews are increasing here day by day. So when the population of Jews are getting concentrated in the West Bank, obviously the conflict is increasing. All right. And so when the conflict is increasing, so definitely more and more cities will come in news every day. So we have to keep a track. Now, see what is important about Jericho is that it is a Palestinian city in West Bank, and it is located in the Jordan Valley, with Jordan River to the east and Jerusalem to the west. All right. So this is a very important location. Let's move on. Uh, Now this Hatay, all right. So this Hatay, Turkey of Turkey was in news. Why? Because of the earthquake devastation. All right. So do keep in mind this place. And then Idlib is a province of Syria. All right. So Idlib you must have heard earlier also, but it's not very new. It has always been in news. Why? Because one Syria was in a very devastated civil war like conditions for many years. There was so much destruction in this country, and people had to flee from this country. Otherwise, this country was a peaceful country, though it was ruled by dictator, but people were having a means of subsistence. But then the security system became very precarious, situation became very precarious, and people have to leave. Right, so Idlib is always in news. Why? Because one of the because of the ISIS, and now see Darkush. Darkush is also one of the city of the Idlib province, which was in news. Why? Because of the earthquake devastation. All right, so this place was also in news. Again, another place, Huvara or Havura, is a Palestinian town located in West Bank area. So this was also in news. So we have to keep this in mind. And Iskende. So Iskend is also a place in Turkey, and it was in news. Why? Because of the earthquake. So earthquake basically devastated this much region. All right. So all the places that were in news in this area have been included in this lecture. All right. Now see again, like I was telling about the island Lampedusa. Now see, there is again this Cotro is a town. All right, in Italy, and this was also in news because why dead bodies of the migrants were washed ashore, and not one, two, almost 200 migrants. So there is a migrant crisis that is still going on in Europe, and from different countries, for example, Afghanistan, Somalia, Pakistan, even Pakistan. All right, so wherever the security condition is very fragile, so from that place people are fleeing. All right, especially to European countries. Let's move on. Again, you say Torkham International Water. Why we are reading this Torkham International Water? Why? Because it is on the border of Afghanistan and Pakistan. So Pakistan is important for us. The security situation in Afghanistan is important for us. So their locations are also important for us. All right, let's move on. Now see this Wakifli, whatever we pronounce it. It is also a city in Turkey that was devastated by earthquake. All right. So we have to keep this in news also. New South Wales was in news in Australia. So see Queensland and New South Wales, all right. So these two are only the province that you can remember. Otherwise, what is the name of the provinces at Western Australia, South Australia, Northern Territory, Queensland, and New South Wales? See, we don't have major centers, all right. So there is Brisbane, there is Sydney, there is Melbourne, and there is Perth. All right, and there is Adelaide. So only these many cities are there. Not a country with too many cities. All right. So this was all for UPSC Prelims 2023. Places in news for this lecture. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, and press the like button and also the bell icon. All the best to all the UPSC aspirants, and we will meet in the next video.